Now, I could also see people going, well, it makes for really good DLC. If the DLC is paid in any way, it is objectively the shittiest thing that Game Freak has done, because that is putting out an unfinished game and then making you pay for the completed story. Making you pay for the completed story.
Stop it. Get some help.
What's going on, everybody? It's Mitsune Nikki here once again, and you guys already know what the topic of this video is. Yes, it's once again Verlisify, because he just keeps going and going, just like the Energizer Bunny. What's that quote by DJ Khaled, where he goes,
"Another one."
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Another one here again, because Verlisify just does not seem to ever stop, you know. So you guys already know what to do. Grab your snacks, grab your popcorn, grab your drinks, okay? Sit down with some friends and family, and let's get into this one.
When comparing it to Pokemon Sword and Shield, Pokemon Sword and Shield's DLC is completely justifiable because it isn't needed to finish the game. You're getting two separate stories, two separate large areas that augment your gameplay, making Pokemon Sword and Shield one of the best Pokemon games when you add the DLC in with it. And yeah, that's kind of what DLC is about. But with this, you have to like pay extra money. Like, Pokemon Legends was never worth $60. This should have just been a $40 spin-off Pokemon game.
Well, guess what, Verlisify? Sword and Shield shouldn't have been a $60 game either. And it's funny that you say Legends Arceus feels incomplete when so does Sword and Shield, and they needed DLC to help fix those issues with it. So once again, check anime, and you're still being hypocritical as always, sitting here blindly hating Legends Arceus while praising Sword and Shield, even though that felt like one of the most bare bones and lazy Pokemon games.
And then everyone just gets to have a lot more fun with it. But for a main series full price title, this just kind of like proves it's incomplete. And then there's also the whole thing going on with the new area that's been found that has like your room, or a modern looking Sinnoh room. So it's a mess, and this also just kind of backs that up. And as I was kind of going through this, I was like, all right, now we got Melly, and then we got Gayrick and Sabi, and like, why are there so many characters? How? And like, why are all the characters trying to tie into some kind of fan service, or at least 80% of them?
Are you going to sit here and explain to us how this is fan service, Verlisify, and how that's an issue? And even if it was fan service, if it's done right, then still, what's the issue right here? Once again, you're just looking for blind hate to sit here and criticize Legends Arceus and make a video about it and get people to rally with you on your side. But guess what, Verlisify? Not many people is listening.
These characters aren't just like something organic to an old Sinnoh or the Hisui region or something. It's trying to just like tease something or call into something else. You can even see that with the Pokemon designs as well. And that's where I had my epiphany. That's where it all came together. This is just a modern Pokemon game. And what I mean by modern Pokemon game, I mean is if you just remove all the garbage about making shit up about the history, this would just be a new region, or this would just be some kind of crazy leap. Like, this is jumping the shark.
How is it jumping the shark, Verlisify? Once again, you're not even explaining how it's jumping the shark or what's so bad about it. But even if you did, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't make any sense, as most things do that come out of your mouth, Verlisify. But sure, go ahead and keep on rambling throughout the video, sitting here blindly hating the game.
For a Sinnoh remake that takes place in modern times, we're just like, oh yeah, I can see how this character relates to that character or something. This could be like Cynthia's brother. Done. Cynthia's brother has got some shenanigans going on with Giratina, and then we get some Cynthia lore where it's like, oh yeah, I've always, resented my brother. I've always had weird feelings about my brother because he's trying to take, this history of Sinnoh and use it for his own goods. And I try to keep him in line, but every once in a while he gets away from me or something. You can also look at this guy. It's like, oh yeah, it's just the son of the dude from Gen 5. Like, if anything, this could actually just take place in the future. So you take the timeline of Diamond and Pearl, or Brilliant Diamond Shine Pearl, you add like 5 years to it, and then you have these characters, and you just build a game off of that.
So that's all you have to say, Verlisify, is that you never wanted a game like Pokemon Legends Arceus that tried something new. All you wanted was a game with the story like Brilliant Diamond, Shining and Pearl, and then the gameplay of Sword and Shield, Verlisify. That's all you had to say. And all you had to really say too as well is that you just don't like Legends Arceus, but it's okay if everyone else enjoys it. You don't have to sit here and keep blindly just hating the game or wishing for things to change and criticizing others or calling them weird just because they like something that you don't, Verlisify, which is at the end of the day pretty darn harmless.
Because you have all of these like clan leaders or something, so you got rivals. You can also like maybe mix some things up for how an evil team would work in. And then there's so many wardens where it's like gym leader, gym leader, gym leader, gym leader, etc., or trial captain, and then that's it. And I was onto this from the beginning where I'm like, this is just the same main series Pokemon game we've been getting with a crappier coat of paint. Because you look at the noble Pokemon, those are just totem Pokemon. You look at the wardens, those are just trial captains.
Right, but Sword and Shield wasn't pretty much the exact same Pokemon game we've been getting for a long time, but no, Legends Arceus that's trying something new with the gameplay and the open world concept and exploring is somehow the same Pokemon game we've been getting for recent years already, even though it's clearly not, and you can see that Game Freak has clearly been trying to reinvent and try something new. But nope, let's just sit here and believe Verlisify because he can never lie, right guys?
And then like the weak boss battle, which is like no difficulty inside the game. Remember when people were like, oh man, these are like real boss mechanics, and you get like the fattest iframes on a roll against like the slowest moving, easiest to predict attack, and you don't even need to battle the noble Pokemon. You just can throw the bombs the entire time and you beat it that way, so there's no even like level gating or difficulty there.
If I'm not mistaken, Verlisify, you only played Pokemon Legends Arceus for about 3 hours and then called it quits because apparently you hated it so much. So in about those 3-hour time frames, I'm assuming that you've only fought 1, maybe 2 bosses out of the entirety of all the bosses in Legends Arceus. So if that's the case, no wonder the game was so darn easy for you and the bosses were real easy because you only fought the first 2 actual fucking bosses. Of course they'd be easy if they're the first 2 bosses, but that's even assuming you actually got to 1 or 2 bosses in Legends Arceus within those 3 hours. For all I know, you probably just watched a video on YouTube of someone doing an all boss fights on Legends Arceus and they were really good at the game, probably even beating the boss without taking no hits, and then you just went ahead and made this little rant video right here saying how Legends Arceus bosses are cheap and easy, knowing damn well that you'll never be as good as the person who made that video, Verlisify. Let's just go off of that because that sounds a lot more accurate than what the hell you came up with.
So it's the most hand-holding, on a rail, gated story that interrupts you every 10 steps, which is a big complaint of modern Pokemon games.
Wait, but I thought you said that Legends Arceus had no story and that it made no sense for Verlisify? Or is it that you just skipped all the cutscenes in the story because there was so much of it, and now you don't understand a single damn thing that's going on in the story, which is why you think it makes no sense?
But it's worse for that. And then it's just a slew of characters that don't, like, it's just nonsense in the way that's done in Pokemon Legends. But if you think about it to where it's like, oh, if we remove the history element and we just kind of like pretend this is happening as a remake or happening like in a slightly ahead future, like this is effectively the Black and White 2, the way that Black and White 2 introduced new characters to Black and White and skipped ahead a couple of years. You do this to Diamond and Pearl, and these are the characters for Pokemon Legends, and it does the same thing.
Again, Verlisify, you're not explaining how. You're just over here listing things and assuming it. How the hell is this some kind of Black and White 2 remake, or that they're pretending to rewrite history and stuff? You make literally no sense in every single one of your videos. Each video you make, I feel like I'm getting dumber and dumber just viewing them because each video you make less and less sense.
And it gets even sillier when you look at some of the other gameplay features in Pokemon Legends, because Ingo makes a battle facility with his training ground. So instead of just pointlessly ripping him from his timeline into an incomplete, unfinished story and game, we could have just had it to where Ingo's like, hey, I'm from the Unova region. Is the other dude assembling? I don't even know his name. I never cared about really anything in Generation 5, and I hated the battle subway more than any other battle facility.
That right there, Verlisify, is when your speaking privileges should have been revoked when you said that you hated everything about Gen 5. But anyway, that's going to do it for today's video. Of course, we're not going to cover the entire Verlisify video of his because it's pure freaking cringe and I don't want to expose you guys to it any longer. Unless you guys just want to keep losing brain cells, you can go check out the video on his channel. But anyway, you guys already know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe, turn notifications so you get notified about when I release new videos. And this is Mitsune Nika. I'm out.
I've been counting down the days to get out. I've been looking for a way from this town. And you're too far away.